Hi, my name is Jim and I was retired. How do you gauge the health of your retirement? Whether you're in retirement or you're facing a sudden early retirement or planning a retirement on your terms, you want to know that your retirement is on track. And what gauges do you use? Stay tuned to this video and I'll explore gauging your retirement. When you go to a doctor, you can expect to have to stand on the scale, maybe roll up your sleeve to get a blood pressure check, temperature check, maybe blood ox. Those are all different ways of gauging how your health is doing. Well, retirees would like to check on their health of their retirement plans too. So what gauges can we use for our retirement checkup? Looking at your market value of your portfolio, especially in these really booming times, can be misleading. And also, if you're in retirement, at some point, those balances are going to start to go down the other direction as you withdraw more than you're earning. So how do you gauge the health of your retirement? That can't be the only gauge that you use. So what are the other gauges you might consider? When I was retired 5 years ago, one of the earliest gauges that I used was my own Quicken for Mac. Quicken, I've been a long time customer, but the Quicken for Mac suffers in comparison to the PC. But it is my transactional record keeping system for all my bank and investment accounts. And so I've learned to use Quicken for Mac as one of my gauges. As you know from prior videos, I've used some spreadsheets to take the Quicken data and look at my asset allocation across all my buckets and plan my retirement withdrawal strategy. But Quicken itself has some of its own built-in reports and custom reports that I've been able to use to gauge my retirement. One of them is this one. Let me take a look at it. One of the custom reports you can create in Quicken is this retirement worth. And all it is net worth over time. And in my case, I've adapted this as a custom report to leave out the value of my house. It includes all of my banking and investment accounts, including ones that I've closed over the last 5 years. So I have a running track, or as near as I can get, a running track of my net retirement worth. And this is what the line looks like for the last 5+ years. But unlike true net worth, this doesn't give me a good picture of my liabilities. I don't have a mortgage, so there's no standing mortgage liability. And I've excluded credit cards on this net retirement worth picture. I guess I could add a liability of a debt that I owe myself for my annual expenses. I should add that I do look at my monthly expenses in the Quicken report, a month-to-month comparison, as well as a detailed monthly budget that allows me to look at how I'm doing on a rolling 12-month period to keep an eye on my expenses. But it's still not one easy gauge on the success of my retirement. So let's look at some alternatives. Another option to look at is Personal Capital. I love using their free website tools. I have not signed up for any of their fee-based asset under management financial planning services that are optional, but they offer this great online tool for free. Just recognize it's a lead generator for their wealth management services. To get here, I've added my own account, create an account, link up your banking and investment accounts, and you can use their retirement planner to go through and build your own retirement plan and then gauge the success of that with a snapshot like this that shows a success rate. And those success rates are based on a Monte Carlo behind the engine here. It's a wonderful little tool, and it is, again, free. Now, There are other tools that I've shared with you before, including this asset allocation chart that allows you to do an investment checkup and look at the asset allocation compared to your target allocation. And I find that extremely useful. And another tool is this one. It's their picture of risk and return called an efficient frontier. And again, this is a pretty sophisticated tool that, based on what you've put in, it generates this kind of chart that shows you where you are on your efficient frontier compared to your target allocation. And it shows you a historical risk and return for your allocation versus the target allocation. And that's another way of gauging your retirement. Now, as I've said, I'm using the free tools on Personal Capital, and they are by far, I think, the best free site out there right now. They will call you a couple times a year and ask if you'd like to consider using their asset under management, wealth management services with up to 0.89% of asset under management annually for their services. I'm not interested in those kinds of fees, so I simply say no thank you. Another tool that I've used is NewRetirement.com. It's a newer site and it's still a work in progress. And they do have a free level, start a plan, or a plus level that I am currently testing out for this coming year. And it includes a lot of information. I include most of the information that I've included in Personal Capital, and I plugged it into their model and to gauge the success of my retirement plans. And it includes some new features that are coming out, including a Roth conversion engine that plots out Roth conversions for you, as well as an advanced Monte Carlo engine in the tool. And again, I'm hoping that this turns out to be the TurboTax of financial planning. Let me show you some fees on this, on what I'm currently paying, and why I hope it turns out to be a model we can more readily use. As I said, there is a free planner to start a plan and see where you stand. And currently, I'm testing something at a little lower rate than this because I started as a pilot. But it's $96 a year to do a little bit more advanced look at your planning, including those Roth conversions and Monte Carlo, as well as in-depth look at your income flow, your cash flow. They do offer, let me just slide this over here. They do offer a Planner Plus Live, which gives you access to financial planners over Zoom sessions for $396 a year. Again, I'm not interested in going there yet. I do hope that this Planner Plus turns out to be a TurboTax for financial planning, but we'll see. Finally, I'm going to mention one of the most intriguing gauges I've seen in a while. For the last week, I've been taking part in a course offered by Dr. Wade Pfau, Robert French, and Alex Murguia at the Retirement Researchers website, where they're introducing this new funded ratio tool. I was one of about 300 folks who participated in this test of the tool, along with a retake of the retirement income style awareness quiz, which I did last year too. Remarkable work that these folks are doing over at this website. Now, this gauge takes a look at all the present values of your assets, including the present value of your future income streams like Social Security and pensions. And then it compares that to the present value of all your liabilities, including your expected expenses and your taxes over the length of the retirement. And it comes up with this kind of ratio to see how you are on the scale of underfunded, constrained, or excess funded on your retirement. Now, the funded ratio tool is a conservative tool. It comes out of the pension world, and it uses a discount rate in calculating those present values. And that kind of ignores the upside of market performance. So if you get a good ratio with this methodology, you should feel good about the health of your retirement. I should add that the full report is about 25 pages long and includes a lot of detail, including how your assets match up to your liabilities for your essential expenses, your discretionary expenses, and your contingency expenses. It's quite a remarkable model, and it's worth checking out. Now, this is still in beta, and it will be available only in their Academy membership site, which is filled with a lot of other tools, workshops, videos to help educate those who are retirement researchers on plotting their own retirement. It's worth checking out. I must say, this is the second time I've looked at the Academy. I've been following the retirement researchers' free sites, the newsletters and websites and Facebook group, and that was one of the reasons why I was able to pilot the Retirement Income Style Awareness Quiz last year, which is the first time I saw this Academy roll out. And it's currently priced at $495 a year, which is about half of what Roger Whitney wants for his Rock Retirement Club on an annual basis. And it's filled with a lot of good workshops, training courses, videos, study guides, helpful hints on how you can manage your retirement. I'm just not sure that I'm ready to pay $500 or $1,000 for this kind of support for my do-it-yourself retirement yet. As I've noted before, I'm really in a D.I.Y. camp on retirement. As someone who was forced into retirement, I'm kind of going it alone, and I'm surprised I'm still here after 5 years. You can sign up for a lot of free courses, free websites, free newsletters, and do a lot of research yourself if you're so inclined. If you're not so inclined, you might want to consider these ways of helping, including these membership sites. I've seen a few of them pop up as an alternative to the strictly 1% AUM financial planning. And it is one model on how financial planning can be rolled out to the vast majority of baby boomers still to come. Now, I'll put a link to each of the sites that I've talked about today in this video below, and you're more than welcome to go check them out. I'll conclude with my standard warning. I am not a financial planner. I have no initials after my name. So take this as entertaining ideas from one educated consumer to another. Always do your own due diligence and seek out professional help if you need it. Thanks for watching. Oh, and did you like and subscribe down there? The more likes and subscribes that I get, the higher this shows up in YouTube's search results. See you until next time. Thanks.